Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're taking a close look at the anatomy of a citation, specifically, citing the Bible in academic writing. If you've ever found yourself just staring at a blinking cursor on your screen, wondering exactly how you're supposed to properly reference such an ancient text in a modern academic paper without losing points, well, you're in exactly the right place. We're going to completely demystify this strict, highly specific, and, let's be honest, often totally confusing world. It presents a real puzzle for researchers, doesn't it? I mean, just think about the sheer logistics for a second. How do you perfectly cite the world's most printed book when every single physical edition out there is formatted completely differently? It's a real formatting puzzle that requires a very specific kind of logic to solve. Okay, let's dive into this.
The core citation anatomy. To properly solve this puzzle, we really need to understand what makes up the fundamental DNA of a correct reference. I want you to think of this almost like a piece of structural code that we're going to visually decipher together right now. So let's break down that code. There are 4 universal building blocks here. Step 1, identify the book. Step 2, identify the chapter. Step 3, identify the verse. And step 4, state the translation or version. What's actually really cool about this is how wonderfully sequential it is. This exact sequence forms the absolute, non-negotiable baseline for any correct biblical reference. You're basically creating a universal map so that anyone reading your work, anywhere in the world, can find the exact sentence you're talking about.
Now, let's zoom in on that crucial 4th step. The translation or version is the specific textual addition used by the author, such as the New Revised Standard Version, which must be stated when relevant. This isn't just some optional academic add-on. Actually, scratch that. It is absolutely vital. Because different translations can use entirely different vocabulary and grammar to express the exact same passage. Naming the exact translation, like the New Revised Standard Version, is absolutely crucial for academic precision. You need your reader to know the exact phrasing you're analyzing. The departmental divide. Just when you think you've cracked the code, right? Here is the frustrating reality of academic writing. These citation rules actually change depending on your specific department. The rules literally shift based on whose desk your final paper is landing on. And this brilliantly illustrates that exact conflict. On one side, we have standard Harvard guides. These often require you to cite the full version title and all the publication details right there in the reference list. It's super comprehensive. But then, look at theology departments. They take a completely different approach. They often use conventional, streamlined in-text scripture citations, and they might only list the edition a single time in the whole paper. It's 2 totally different academic environments with completely different expectations for the exact same text. Okay, lean in close for this next part because we are officially entering the academic danger zone. If you remember literally only one thing from our explainer today, let it be this. Do not use ordinary page numbers. This is the ultimate trap. It's the most common mistake students make, and it will instantly destroy your academic credibility in a theology or history paper. No ordinary page numbers, ever. Why is this such a huge deal? Well, because editions differ. So the crucial point is that ordinary page numbers are entirely useless as a main locator when every Bible is printed differently. Think about it. Your copy might have a specific verse on page 412, but your professor's copy, that exact same verse could be on page 390 or 505. They have different fonts, different margins, different footnotes. Using page numbers here is like giving someone directions using landmarks that only exist inside your own house. It's just not going to work.
Your citation lifelines. All right, take a breath. We made it through the danger zone. Now, let's talk about how to guarantee you get an A. These are the final fail-safes and ultimate authorities you absolutely must rely on. First up, definitely use tools to help structure your reference like the generator at harvardreferencegenerator.co.uk. It's a fantastic starting point and does a ton of the heavy lifting. But, and this is a massive but, you must always use the current religious text examples supplied by your specific institution or department. The generator is just an assistant. Your department's specific style guide is the actual law. Always defer to the exact examples they provide you to ensure you're 100% accurate. Which brings us to a rather fascinating paradox to close out our explainer today. If the Bible has been studied, debated, and cited for literal centuries, why does the ultimate formatting authority still come down to your specific professor's modern syllabus? It really highlights just how subjective academic rules can be, right? The text is ancient, but the packaging, that's entirely up to the modern institution you're sitting in. Keep that provocative thought in mind, use those lifelines we just talked about, and you're going to navigate these academic waters perfectly. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and happy citing!